let's go to the next one. Long-term storage. And in the presentation, when you find the term help in brackets, or maybe you find like information to search, you know, in the help section, search for this term, then you know that you can enter this term in the online in the help, and you will go straight away to the right page basically. So I'm opening now a new. Now I actually have to restart the help again, yeah. And I'm searching now for overview of history. Overview of history database. That was what we were looking for here. So let's start with the overview of the history database. And actually this is now, also this term has changed a bit, because this is now actually called, you see it here, history database infrastructure. So the whole history database, which is the short-term storage and the long-term storage and the archiving, it's now called history database infrastructure. So, but it's not everywhere updated in the documentations. So what do we know from version 2.1? What did we have in version 2.1? We had the 4 default archive groups, okay? The 4 default archive groups, so when you're importing data points, when you're importing subsystem, the activities or the events or the trends of the imported data points were automatically and are still automatically assigned to one of the 4 default archive groups. You remember which one they are? We have an archive group called activities, one is called events, and one is trends or values. Trends and values are the same, okay? And then one is incident. The incident we don't use because this is mass notification. In a project without mass notification, it's not used. So in every, let's say, in every TBS project without mass notification, incident is not used. So these are the 4. We are using normally 3. So activities, values, trends, and events. So every imported subsystem data point is automatically assigned to those, and through those archive groups, the information goes into the short-term storage or HDB. This is what we know in version 2.1, okay? New is, now in version 3, I'm able to define custom archive groups. So a part of the default archive group, I'm able to define custom archive group. I'm able to assign a specific group of data points, okay, to these custom archive groups. Use cases are validated data points. This is a very good use case, which is real site happening, and let's say also sensitive data point. So data points which I have to treat, I have to have been looking after in a different way than the default one. This is possible. We will see this in the next couple of minutes. We will go through these possibilities. And new is this part down here, the long-term storage. including the archiving, okay? So in the long-term storage, I'm having slices per storage, and I can have different storage. And whatever it's outside this definition will be archived in archive files, will be transferred in archive files. Okay, these are basically the online values I'm defining, and whatever is not anymore in the online part of the values, in the online part of the long-term storage available will be archived here. So let's have a look to the slices, and if you're looking now to the other screen, let's see here, you find the key components of the long-term storage. So we have some new components like slices, current slice, spare slice, final slice, and archive files. Okay. So I'm now going to switch from one and the other screen. Okay. So the yellow slice here, this is the current slice. So first of all, maybe what is a slice? You know, a slice is a term used for refer to a chunk of historical databases. So this database has a certain size. So we define the size of this database, okay? And we can also define a time sliced base to it, okay? So it means I can define that these are monthly or yearly databases. So size and defined also by the time. Okay, for example, slice could be limited to 10 gigabyte or 1 year, whichever comes first. Okay, these slices are conceptually drawn as a pockets or boxes holding data. So whatever comes first, this slice will be closed, and this slice here, this is the current slice, so the slice which I'm filling up with data currently, okay? And when either the size is achieved or the time span I'm defining, this current slice changes into a final slice and will be closed, okay? Will be closed. And depending on the amount of slices I'm defining, so in this case here, I'm having 2 final slices, and this is one of the configuration options I have, the amount of slices I want to use. After these 2 final slices, those information in here will be archived in archive files. So from the principal point of view, what I'm going to do, this is what you're going to see this morning, is we are actually defining and configuring these parts here. The number of slices, the size of each slice, and the number of slices and the size of each slice are valuable for all slices, okay, and for all storages, and the amount of storage I might be using, okay? It's a very flexible system. And the question is always for which purpose, for which project type you're having with customer requests and so on, how you're going to set up the long-term storage, okay? Now, one important thing. To be able to explain you the whole process, I will follow a certain restricted workflow in terms of you have to first understand the concept of the long-term storage, and almost by the end, I want to show you how we can define the number of slices and the size of the slices. I want to show you this information by the end, so then when you understand the whole process, okay? And to show you how many number of slices and how big they are, each of them, I'm using the sizing tool. The sizing tool I showed you Monday morning with the licensing. Okay, so spare slice. This is that one. This is this slice here. So every time a current slice gets closed and finalized, a spare slice is always ready. Okay, it's always ready there to be shifted over and get filled. Okay, imagine this. You know Oktoberfest in Munich, yeah? Oktoberfest in Munich. So this is a barrel of beer, okay? And these are the big glasses, the 1 liter glasses called Maß in German. And basically it's nothing else than, filling up that one, shifting the filled up over there, okay? And having always one ready to get over, so you're not losing beer, okay? So it's almost the same principle, okay? Now the question is, what are archive files in this case?